Good evening, or I guess good afternoon. Sorry, didn't mean to rush time like that. Really quick, just want to introduce myself. My name is Terrence Banks. I'm an admissions counselor for the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. First and foremost, I'd like to say congratulations. Thank you for choosing UTC. Thank you for being a part of our summer orientation. This is our conducting business session. Hopefully you're in the right session. If not, it's cool. We're the fun, friendly section. So we have a whole lot of fun with it. So today we'll hear from a couple of different representatives, and as they go through and share information during the presentation, understand that you guys are more than welcome to use the chat function in this Zoom meeting. And as a reminder to presenters, I definitely want to make sure that all of you guys make sure you read your question out loud before you answer the question. That way it gives a little bit more clarity to people who may not be looking at the chat or people who just, didn't catch the question to begin with. And that's all that I have to share. We have a whole lot of fun today, and I step out of the way.
Okay, thank you, Terrence. My name is Michelle Prince, and I'm the Director of Auxiliary Services here at UTC. So, welcome to UTC. And what we'll go over today is a lot of important areas that I know you'll be interested in as our date is slowly approaching here for the first day of class. So now we're at a point where hopefully you know what your questions might be that you might want to ask. And if you don't, if you're at a point where you think you have a question, but you don't even really know how to form that question yet, then feel free to reach out to us via the email addresses that I've got on the PowerPoint slide for each of these areas, and we'll be glad to get back with you by the end of the day and talk to you about maybe your personal meal plan, your personal parking situation, and we'll be able to take care of that for you. So to get started, for your Mocs card, you should have already received the instructions on how to submit your photo for your Mocs card. So please go ahead and get that done and get that submitted, and we will print your card and have it ready for you. And what we plan on doing is whenever you move in, if you're a residential student, on the day of your move in, when you go to through that check-in process, then you will receive your physical Mocs card at that time. If you're not a residential student, then you can stop by the card office in the University Center, either before sometime the week before classes start or on those first couple of days, and go ahead and get your Mocs card picked up. What your Mocs card does is it identifies your reasoning for being on our UTC campus. If you were asked for identification, then that is what they're going to want to see is your Mocs card. You can use it too to get into athletic and sporting events that we have on campus. At the arena or at the sports complex. And you can also use it whenever you go to the library if you're wanting to check out a laptop to use for the day or any type of other materials or utilize the sound area or anything that you might need to utilize for a class. Also, your Mocs card has a magnetic strip on the back of it, and that magnetic strip holds several different pieces of information. It will hold your meal plan along with all the other buckets of money that's on the card that you have, financial money deposited into. Also, it is your access to any door access that you have been given on campus. If you're living in a residence hall that has door access, or you're in a classroom setting where you have a lab and that lab is a closed lab, they may give you access to be able to get into that area at your free will. So be sure and hold on to that card and don't lose it. If you do, then you can log on to get.cboard.com, which I spoke about in the mandatory videos that you were supposed to watch. So it's get.cboard.com, and you can go there and do several different things like deposit money onto your card and look at your meal plan and look at all the different buckets of money on your card, see the history of where your card has been used, and you can also mark your card lost or stolen. And you also go there to deposit money into the Scrappy Cash bucket of money. With that said about the meal plan being on your card, you would use that meal plan at our dining locations on campus. And we have a great partnership with Aramark Food Service. And we have on the line with us today, Hannah, who is who's the marketing director for Aramark. And I'm going to let her talk to you a little bit about your dining membership and some things that you would need to know about that. So go ahead, Hannah.
Thanks, Michelle. Hi, everyone. So if you're a resident, you should have already picked your meal plan. You're good to go. However, if you're a non-resident, you can purchase a meal plan, and you actually have one more day to purchase a block meal plan and get free Moxbux with it. So I'll put the link to that in the chat when I'm done. Our meal plan guide, Crossroads is our all-you-can-eat dining hall. That FAQ, Meal Plan 101, all of that is on the website. So I know it can get really confusing, but it kind of breaks down the terminology and everything. But if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat as well. We have 15 dining locations on campus, including our pod markets, which are like convenience stores. So you can pick up a few groceries and then bring it back to your dorm. So you're not always eating at one of these locations, although there is a lot of variety. Crossroads will have a to-go option this semester, which we're excited about. And then parents and students can sign up for email notifications on the main page of our website. And then we are always hiring, so I can put that in as well. And we're hiring across campus, so you can work in the same area your dorm is in, so you don't have to go very far. So if you have any questions, just let me know.
Okay, Hannah, thank you for all that great information. I wanted to mention too that on the meal plans, for example, if you have chosen a block meal plan that's 130 meals with, I think it's $750 in Moxbux, then that meal plan is used during the fall semester only. So you need to use the 130 meals and use the $750 in Moxbux before the end of the semester, which this year, the last day of meal plan usage is December the 8th. That money does not roll over until the next semester. So then on the next semester, you would receive a new meal plan. If that meal plan is not working for you and you notice that within the first 2 weeks of class, then just let us know and we will help you get that meal plan reduced. You have to let us know within those first 2 weeks. And then if you get later on into the semester and you're like, well, this meal plan really didn't work for me this semester, I really would like to have a different one for the next semester, then once your housing software opens up and you're able to go on that, like around November-ish, then you'll be able to change that meal plan on that housing software. If you have any issues, then be sure and just contact moxcard at utc.edu or the moxdining at utc.edu, and we will definitely be sure to help you through that process of getting that meal plan changed. So like I said, you'll start out spring with a new meal plan, and then you'll have until the last day of finals of spring semester to be able to use the money on that meal plan. It's a use it or lose it situation, so be sure and keep that in mind. Now, I know I spoke about the different buckets of money that are on the card, and I know you have already been told about those in the video that you had to watch, but your board meals are used at the Crossroads dining location. You have your Moxbux to use at all the other food service locations. Then you have a bucket of money called Scrappy Cash, and that is just voluntary. You can use that, put that on your card at any time during the semester. Multiple times a day. It stays on there from semester to semester, or from year to year. The money just stays on the card. The university holds the money. Students just like to have that cashless option, and you can use that money anywhere on campus that the Mocs card is accepted as a form of payment. So if you ran out of all your meal plan money, you could use it at food service locations. You can use it in the bookstore to buy books or retail items. You can use it at parking services to purchase your decal or to pay any citations that you've received. You can use it at the counseling center, at vending machines. So there's various places that it can be used across campus. And I would encourage you not to put too much money on the card, because a lot of people's parents or grandparents can, want to put up to like, $800 or $1,000. Now, when you go to leave the university for any reason, you're going to want that money refunded to you. And at that point, you fill out a form, and I have to charge you a $15 processing fee because I have to send that to Knoxville to get them to cut you a check and send it to you. And so we're not in the business of that, of collecting $15 from everybody. So, but you can just put on there, whatever you need to put on there, and then just reload it at any time. When you reload the money, it automatically goes on there in real time, and it's ready for you to use it. There's another bucket of money on the card called prep points. Every student is given $10 in print points to be used at the copy machines across campus. So like if you were down to the end of your print points and your job was for $1 and you only had 10 cents left in your print points, then the machine is automatically going to start rolling over and looking for money in Scrappy Cash to finish out printing that job. So it'll want you to have another 90 cents in Scrappy Cash. So now all the places that I've mentioned across campus, you can pay by cash or, well, I'll take that back. We are sort of going cashless across campus, so especially at food service and all. But you can use, credit cards or any other forms of payment at these other locations, except for at the copy machines. Obviously, a copy machine doesn't accept coins and that type of thing. So you do have to have money on your print points or in your Scrappy Cash to be able to print your print jobs. So I also wanted to mention that on the back of that card, on your ID card, on the back at the top right-hand corner is a sticker. That sticker its official use is for the card bus service. We will talk about that in a moment. But I want you to be aware that that does not mean that your card expires. Your very first card is made here at the university for free. And if you lose it or demagnetize it or anything happens to it except for just normal wear and tear, then you would need to pay $15 to have that card replaced. So I want you to know on the back of that card, like I said, in the upper right-hand corner, the one that you receive will say expires August 2021, and that is for your official use to be able to ride the card bus service. You may see that other restaurants across town may also utilize it to give you discounts or something of that nature. So next is parking services. Now, parking can be a contention on every campus, and it always is, but UTC has done a great job of opening up parking spaces on campus. And I also want you to be aware that since a lot of classes have went online this year, we anticipate having a record-breaking year of parking services, not having any complaints against them, because there are plenty of parking spaces, plenty of parking permits to be purchased. Due to the fact that a lot of folks have went online, and we think that a lot of folks are waiting till the last minute to make purchases on their decals as well. But we want you to go ahead and make those purchases. We do have a refund process if need be, if something were to happen. But we do have a new system this year that's a license plate recognition system. So when you do make that purchase of that parking permit, I want you to be aware that you will not be receiving a physical decal to hang on the rear view mirror like you have in the past. So if you have questions about that system, I want you to be aware that that's new to everybody on campus. It's new to your peers. It's new to your upperclassmen. It's new to the faculty and staff. So if you ask questions, you may get a sort of a look of questionable, because it's going to be different for everyone. So I want to give David Seidel, our Associate Director of Parking, an opportunity. He's on here to speak to you about some things about parking and also that new system as well. So go ahead, David.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a good one so far. So again, my name is David. If you have any questions about parking, please feel free to throw them in the chat. Or if you have any extensive questions or questions about your own personal parking situation that you feel like would be better served in an email, feel free to email us anytime, parking@utc.edu, and we'll get right back to you. Okay, so just a quick overview. Our parking lots are divided into general lots and reserved lots. With a general permit, you can park in any of the general lots on campus. They are first come, first served. And with the reserve permit, you can park in your one reserved lot or any other general lot, okay? So with a reserve permit, you can park in your one reserved lot and any general lot. You just can't park in all of the reserved lots. And if you want to see a map of our general and reserve parking lots, you can go to our website, utc.edu/parking, and there's a link to the campus map there. The general lots are yellow on the map, and the reserved lots are blue. So as Michelle was talking about, we are moving to a virtual permit, and you probably have seen the emails on it, but just a quick explanation. What that means is that we will not be issuing physical permits. You will not have to keep up with a permit on your rearview mirror or display it, that sort of thing. Your license plate is your permit. So you can register up to 3 vehicles. And of course, only 1 vehicle can be on campus at a time. And with these 3 vehicles, you can register even temporarily. If you have a rental vehicle, you can go to your parking account and register the rental vehicle's license plate, and then just take it off whenever you're done. Same thing if you're borrowing a vehicle from a friend or a parent, that sort of thing. You just go onto your parking account, register the license plate, and then unregister it when you're done. And of course, only 1 vehicle that's registered can be on campus at a time. So with your license plate being your permit, that means your license plate needs to be visible. All vehicles must be nose in. You cannot be backed into parking spaces, and your license plate cannot be obstructed. So no, oversized bicycle racks or mud or stickers, that sort of thing, covering up your license plate. The one exception to the physical permits, we will still be issuing physical permits for the West Campus Garage, Garage 50. So if you are a residential student and you purchase one of those permits, you still must register your vehicle and park, properly with, not backed in, nose in, that sort of thing, because your license plate is still your permit, but we're still going to be issuing a physical permit so you can swipe in and out of the garage on any of the 3 levels. All 3 levels are gated, so you can keep the permit in your glove box if you want to, and use it just to swipe in and out. And then as of this morning, those that have already purchased their West Campus permit should have received an email from me with directions on that. And I'll be sending another email out, a copy of that once we get a little bit closer for anybody that purchases it from this point on. Last thing I'm going to talk about is our Campus Shuttle program. Our Campus Shuttle hits the stops every 7 minutes. And it's just a great shuttle program. As Michelle talked about, with your card, you can use any of the CARTA shuttles, which take you, all throughout Chattanooga, especially downtown and to the mall and that sort of thing. But the best use for it really is getting from one side of campus to another without moving your vehicle. So for residential students, it is always going to be quicker, or, this semester may be a little bit different because there may not be as many people on campus, but typically on a very busy day, it will always be quicker for a residential student to leave their facility, hop on the shuttle, and go across campus on the shuttle and get to class, much, much quicker than trying to move their vehicle from their residential lot over to a different lot. That's a little bit closer. Typically, you'll be circling a little bit, and it just would have been much quicker to hop on the shuttle. For commuter students, on very busy days, like I said, the general lots are first come, first served. So if the lots that are closest to the academic buildings are more full, you need to look in the general lots that are a little bit further out. And of course, it's going to be quicker to go to when it's really busy, to go to a general lot that's a little bit further out and take the shuttle in than it would be to circle the one general lot that's right outside of the building you're trying to get to. So keep in mind on that. And we have a parking question on here I'll just read out while I'm here. West Campus parking is $200 for fall and $200 for spring. That is correct. Can those payments be split up per semester? So you have the option to buy a fall spring permit for $400, and that covers both fall and spring. Or you can purchase a fall-only permit for $200, and then later on in the semester, we'll open up spring-only permits for $200. Thank you for the question. So, again, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat, and I'll answer them in chat. Or, when we get to the end of the session, if we have a few more, I can do it over voice as well. But thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, David. Okay, next we have the campus bookstore. So many of you probably have not been able to come on campus and visit the bookstore. So whenever that opportunity arises that you're able to get onto campus, then please go by the bookstore. They're a great resource for you to help you with your books for classes. And they have a lot of retail items in there. So go by and pick up a t-shirt or a hat or a coffee mug or a water bottle or something to help promote the Power C along with the rest of campus. And we have a great partnership. Our bookstore is managed by Barnes & Noble. So I think we have Shelley on the line from the Barnes & Noble bookstore area, and she's going to share with you some great tidbits about the bookstore. If you want to go ahead, Shelley.
All right, thank you, Michelle. Hey everyone, hope you're having a good summer and you're ready for fall classes. I'm here to talk a little bit about the bookstore and about your course required materials. So we are your one-stop shop. We have all of your course required materials. We talk directly to your professors and their departments, so we get the information straight from them. And we have a wide variety of supplies that many students prefer to use throughout the semester. Anything from a certain type of pencil to graphing paper, engineering paper, envelopes, even if you want to send a letter home. And then we have plenty of school spirit merchandise that we have to offer for you. So we now have 2 different locations. Our main and first location is located in the University Center. Here you will have all of your course required materials, all of your textbooks, all of your access codes, everything. And we have plenty of school merchandise and supplies and a variety of snacks. And then our second location is located in West Campus Housing. It is called Mocs. And here you will find a small variety of snacks, some school spirit merchandise, and a small thing of school supplies. So if you live around West Campus Housing and you forgot to get a blue book or a Scantron for your exam the next day, you can just stop in there and grab one, pay for it, and you're good to go. And then the hours are different for our smaller location, just because it is smaller. And we know a lot of people prefer to come to the main one since we have all of your textbooks here. So talking about your textbooks and course required materials, we have a few different options to offer. We have print copies and some digital copies, if that's the format you choose to use. And we have plenty of employees here who would be happy to help you get to your digital books if that's what you choose. You can rent or buy a lot of your course required materials. Access codes are a one and done deal, so you can only purchase those. But if it's a textbook or a novel book for your English courses, you can always choose to rent if you don't think it's something you're going to want to read again in the next 10 years. Okay, and like I said, we work closely with your professors, and we get everything directly from them. And then we have a program called the Price Match Program, and we work with Amazon.com and BN.com. And what we do here is we have requirements that an item has to meet on either Amazon.com or BN.com, and I'll drop the link to that. But you just show us a live feed of the item. We make sure all the criteria matches on our end and on your end, and then we just change the price while you're here at the bookstore. And then as far as purchasing your course required materials, we are accepting cash at the moment. We accept card, and like Michelle stated earlier, we accept Scrappy Cash. Another form of payment is called student financial aid. This is used within the first week of class, and students can sometimes get up to $700. You can use this on your course materials, school supplies, and spirit merchandise if you so choose. And I'll drop the link because there is a special survey called the Title IV survey, and you have to complete this before you are able to use your student financial aid here in the bookstore. And this is located on your My Mocs net, and my directions will have your step-by-step on how to get there, fill it out, and submit it. And then, like I said, that's used within the first week of class, and then after that, students sometimes get a refund check if they have extra. If not, then that's it. another thing is we have an app. It's called My College Bookstore App, and I'll drop a link to this as well. And what this app does is give you or your students the ability to have our bookstore website in your hand at all times. And what you'll do here is you can connect your rental books if you choose to rent your books. You can connect this to your app, and it can send you rental reminders of when the due dates are, which are always at the end of the semester on the very last day of finals. That's always when the rentals are due. And then also with our app, we have coupons and exclusive sales and discounts on there. And also, if you have something shipped to your home or shipped to a different address, like a textbook or even merchandise, it'll send you your tracking information and give you shipment updates to help you see where that's at. And then lastly, we are also hiring here at the bookstore, and I will drop the link to that. We are already hiring. We added about 6 people onto our day shift this week, and we will be happy to add more. So if you have any questions, just drop them in the chat box, and I'll try to answer as many as I can. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Shelley. A lot of great information. Next, we have print and mail services. So we have a print shop that is located in the administrative building. The print and mail services is through a partnership with Canon. So like I said, the print shop is located in the administrative building, and the mail services location is located in this building as well. So with the print shop, it's the same as if you had something that you needed to do for a class, whether it be binding a book or a banner or a poster or something that you need to have done for your classroom for a project. And you would normally go maybe off campus and go to a FedEx location or some other kind of print shop and have that done. I want you to be aware that you can have that done here on campus. And the benefit is that it is much cheaper to have it done on campus. And also the employees that work in the print shop are familiar with the faculty and staff on this campus that can help you through that process. If you need any kind of graphic design work done for that, they have a full-time graphic designer on staff. The mail services area, it runs like a regular post office does. You can purchase stamps. You can send out packages by United States Postal Service, FedEx, DHL, or UPS. If you are sending something out FedEx, we have a great, the university has a great contract with FedEx, and you can get those things sent out for a third of what you would pay if you took them off campus and went to a FedEx location and tried to send that package. So it's a great service to be able to take advantage of. That is also the area that all of the mail comes through that your friends and family may send to you. According to what residential complex you live at on campus, will determine whether those packages are actually sent to the office of that complex and they distribute them to you, or whether you receive an email and you're required to come up and sign for it to receive the package from the print and mail center. So also it should be on there already on the auxiliary services webpage. There is a link under the mail services area for you to be able to see, okay, if I live in this residential complex and I need my friends and family want to send me something through regular postal service, what address do they use? And also there is another setting for what address would they use if they were sending it through DHL, UPS, or FedEx. So that's a great place to go for you to go out there and look and see what your official address is so that it's easier for you to get your package instead of floating around here and mail services not knowing where you are and where to send it to. So I think we have on the line today someone from the Print and Mail Services Center. Katie, are you on the line with us today?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, so we'll let Katie go ahead and share some things with you from that area. Go ahead, Katie.
Thank you. Hey, guys. So Print and Mail Services is just something we offer to you guys that gives you more accessibility to get your stuff ready for class. We can print just about anything you can think of, business cards, invitations, reports, posters, yard signs. We also do personal things. So if you want something just for your room, or if you have a party coming up and you want invitations, anything like that, we can do. Mail services is pretty much what Miss Michelle said, is full service. So you do stamps, FedEx, UPS, all that good stuff. But if you want to send something back, you can come to the print service, print out your label, and then take it straight over to the mail services and ship it out quick and easy. We're on the second floor of the administration building, where the police are located, and we're right next to each other, so you can't really miss us. That's about it.
Okay, thank you, Katie. So guys, I think that's all that we have. So you can feel free to put more items in the chat, or you can open up the line now and take your mic off of mute and speak to us, and we'll be glad to help you.
While we're waiting for a few questions, I'll get ahead of Terrence and drop a little gem about dining. So I mentioned Crossroads, which is our all-you-can-eat dining hall. I highly recommend that you visit it on the first, I see your question, give me 1 second. I highly recommend you visit Crossroads in the first week, because, you know, we have Chick-fil-A, Panda Express, Moe's, Starbucks, so those lines are gonna be out the door. So get in, find your favorite places at Crossroads, and then you can show all your friends too. So the question was, where can Moxbux be used? Moxbux can be used at any dining location on campus. So Crossroads is our all-you-can-eat dining hall, and they accept, they generally take meal swipes, but if you have an all Moxbux plan, you can also use Moxbux there. Any location, including the pod market, Starbucks, all of that. So all food, Moxbux can be used.
All right, this is Shelly at the bookstore. I see a bookstore question. It says, when will the bookstore be open? So we are currently open to the public now. We're open 10 to 4 this week, and then through the first full week of August, we'll be 8 to 5. And then we'll have some extended hours the closer it gets to classes starting, so that everyone can come and get their books and their online orders ready. And all that good stuff, and you can come check us out then, or you can stop by today or any day that you're free. And then while I'm already on the phone, to save some time, I'll drop our little hidden gems. So ours is a two-parter. The first one is called Bartleby Learn. This is an online subscription service that offers students both textbook solutions as well as Q&A. The Q&As go into a library full of other students' questions related to that textbook or topic that they so choose to ask about. This is mainly for your STEM classes like engineering, math, economics, all that hard stuff that we need help for. And then Bartleby Write is more of a English-based subscription service. And this is where you can upload or write your papers into their little boxes, and it helps with plagiarism protection, grammar and spell checking, citation formatting, and early scoring. So yeah, if y'all have any other questions, just drop them in the chat or ask.
There was a question in the chat that said, if you don't live on campus, can you pay to eat at different restaurants? Yes, you can. We also accept credit and debit cards. And as Michelle mentioned, dining locations are cashless this semester. So your options for payment are Scrappy Cash, Moxbux, debit, and credit cards.
I know you guys have probably gotten quite a bit of information today But we definitely want to make sure that we utilize the time we have set aside for this meeting to make sure that you know everything that you need to know, especially about the information that was shared with you guys today. So again, if there is any kind of uncertainty, you just unsure about any piece, or you just need a friendly reminder, please, please, please drop that question in the chat function, and we'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Although you see us on your screen, I assure you we exist like in person, and we're pretty fun to talk to and to be around, and we're excited that you'll be joining us here at UTC.
So there's a question in chat. We are looking at options. What is the difference between lot 47 and general parking? So for those South Campus residents, you can purchase a lot 47 permit, and that is a reserve permit that lets you park in any of the 5 lots that start with 47. So 47-1, -2, -3, -4, and the garage that's underneath Stoffel. So you can park with the lot 47 permit in any of those 5 lots, and you can also park in any general lot, okay? So they're basically a reserve permit for those South Campus residential lots. And then general parking, of course, if you have a general permit, you can park in any of the general lots. They're marked yellow on the map. Those are first come, first served. And you just can't park in any reserved lots with a general permit.
And there's another question in the chat about payment. Kristen, the question is, just to clarify, we can pay for everything with either our Mocs card and our credit debit card. If you're talking about dining, yes. If you're talking about everything else across campus, also yes, with the caveat that dining is the only one that's cashless completely. So if you want to pay cash, then it might be a little trickier, but if you want to play with either card, then you're good to go.
Yeah, just to add to that, print and mail services is also going cashless, and there may be other areas on campus that have went cashless, or there may be other areas on campus that don't have one of the Mocs card machines to be able to pay with the Mocs card. So we can't honestly say what other areas of campus are doing, but I can say within auxiliary services, then you can use Scrappy Cash and on the Mocs card with every one of these areas that I'm talking about. And the cashless portion applies to print and mail services and dining services.
Okay, so we had a question here. What parking lot do you suggest if I have classes at the lab annex? Well, that will entirely depend on where the lab annex is. So if anybody is more familiar with that, if you can let me know where that building is, I'd be happy to answer.
So I'm almost positive it's the lab annex that's across the street from Hope Hall.
Oh, okay. I've got you. So the Collins Street annexes are surrounded by general parking lots. And there is actually a large general parking lot across the street from that as well. So lots 30, 36, 64, and 15 would serve you well for parking for the Collins Street annex. And the engineering building, of course, is right on Palmetto and Vine Street, which is right in that area as well. And we had another parking question. Are there any reserved parking available? So as of the last time I checked, they were all sold out. However, with a few students moving, having their classes moved online and or just returning their permit for whatever reason, any returned permit goes immediately back online and up for sale. So if you keep checking back on that drop-down list for the reserve permits, you'll see if there are any available for purchase.
David, there was also a question about if they have engineering classes, mechanical engineering classes, where would you suggest they park?
Gotcha. I would suggest the exact same as the Annex. So, really on the east side of East 5th Street near Palmetto. So your general lots 30, 36, 64, and 15. Those are, within a 2-minute walking distance to the engineering building.
Okay, in case someone's not following the chat, there was a question about where you go to submit your photo online for your Mocs card. And as Mary Lee indicated on here, you can go to our auxiliary services webpage, and there is an online photo submission link that you can follow to get there.
One little asterisk I forgot to mention are there any reserve parking available? So those reserved are for the commuter students. Those are as far as I know, completely sold out unless any have been returned today. We still have residential reserve permits for West Campus and South Campus. So if you're interested in those have not sold out yet. I do anticipate they will at some point. So if you are interested in those, I would go ahead and purchase them now.
You guys are doing an awesome job at asking questions, and we definitely love to answer those questions for you. So with us having a few minutes left in this presentation, I definitely want to encourage you guys, any last minute questions that you have, please put them out there for us to answer, and we'll be more than happy to make sure you know what you need to know before you leave this presentation. Okay, so at this time, it doesn't look like we have any more questions. But if you guys think of questions outside of this, please feel free to email us, and we'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Again, we'd like to thank you guys for joining our session today. Thank you guys for choosing UTC. And as always, go Mocs and have a great rest of your orientation. Thank you guys for joining us today.